Hello and welcome back to Learn English Quick with Banprit. How are you all doing? I hope you are doing absolutely fine. And welcome to this class where I will be sharing with you some tips to train your brain to think in English. So, are you ready? Let's dive straight into it. If you live in a place where most people speak the language you are learning, you may use the language for several hours each day. So, it may become the part of your inner speech. In other words, you start thinking in that language automatically. Your mind stops translating things from your native language into the second language. But the problem is majority of the English learners lives in places where English is not the main language. This may be true for you. You may not have chances to practice English. You may even be self-taught. You know what happens is when you speak, your speech might be slower than you would like. This is because your mind is still translating it from your first language, which can also sound unnatural because the translation process is happening in your mind. English, like every other language, has its own sentence structure. The good news is that thinking in English can bring you a huge step closer to fluency. It is not very difficult, but it does take conscious efforts and practice. So, I am sharing with you some mental exercises that can help you to train your brain to think in English. Number 1 is think in single words. Most experts note that it's best to start small. So, a good step is to think in individual words. Just look around you. What you see in your head, you try to name each object in your surroundings. This exercise is really going to help you. See around, look around you. What do you see? What's coming to your mind? Just a single word. Name it in English. Only English. Name the things that you see wherever they are. As you continue with this, it becomes more of a habit. So, the things are going to pop up in your mind like computer, desk, chair, whatever it is, wherever you are. For example, if you are in your kitchen, then try to name the things you see around only in one single word. Example, cabinets, ladles, wok, saucepan, and so on. Start with nouns and then add in verbs. You can also do this practice at home when you wake up and before you go to sleep. This exercise is really helpful. Label everything in your room or in your apartments so that these English words kind of stick in your head. The second exercise is to describe unknown words. What you have to do is start describing in your mind objects you don't know the words for, and you must be wondering, and how is that possible? An example would be if you couldn't think of the word garage. If you're looking at your house and you see your garage, but you can't think of the name in English, you can say the place inside where I put my car. Or you can say, it's next to my house. I keep things there. You can also use shorter phrases such as it's similar to or it's the opposite of. And doing this can literally help learners of any language. Another example is the word cabinet. If you're not able to think of the word cabinet, you can say it's a place where I store my things or where I keep my things in my house. Okay, the third exercise is to think in sentences. Next, what you have to do is start thinking in simple sentences. For example, if you're sitting in a park, you can tell yourself things like, it's such a beautiful day, and people are playing sports with their friends. Once this becomes easy, you can move on to difficult sentences. But start with the simple, basic sentences first, and then gradually move on to the difficult ones or the advanced sentences. I definitely try to say these sentences in my head or try to put the words together without thinking too much about it if it's absolutely correct. The fourth one is to describe your day. Another exercise experts suggest is to describe your daily activities. And there are a few ways to do this. For the beginning level students, describe your day using simple present verb form. So you would think to yourself things like, I put on my shirt, he drives the bus, he comes on a bicycle. Other experts say you can mentally make plans in the morning when you wake up. This would require other verb tenses, so the skill level is a little higher, not for the beginners. For example, you might tell yourself, when I leave the house, I'm going to get an iced coffee. Then I'll take the train to the class. I'm studying with Mike today. He said he booked a study room at the library for 2 p.m. Here we are using the other verb tenses also. The next one is to think in conversation. Now let's move to thinking in conversation. When you do this, you are imagining yourself speaking to someone else. You are asking the questions and thinking of replies. This is a great way to practice what you might say in real conversation. For example, let's say the imaginary person asks you a question like, what do you think of the award show last night? How would you answer this question? Imagine the conversation and practice it in your head. You can do this out loud or in silence. For example, if I had to answer this question, what do I think of the award show last night? I would say it was fabulous. Like, I have never experienced this before and it was a great experience for me. Nancy got this particular award and to be honest, she totally deserved it. So likewise, you can make the conversations in your head and you can go on. Okay, the next is to take notes. For all of these exercises, there will of course be words and phrases that you don't know. So at some point, you will need to use a dictionary. If your skill level is high enough, you might consider using an English to English dictionary. What experts suggest is to write down just 5 to 10 words, new words and phrases each day. Keeping a notebook helps you remember the situation that you needed that word or phrase for, and makes it easy to recall when you are in such a situation again. And the last one is to practice it daily. The question here is, so how much time should you spend on these exercises? My answer is a little every day, but it totally depends on you. If you are practicing daily, then a little every day is enough. So when you are doing it every day, over and over again, little by little, that's the key. That's the main point. Every day, over and over again, little by little. Because when you make things a habit, then it just pops up into your mind without thinking, and then before you know it, really, you are thinking in English. And studies have shown the results for the same. So you can definitely go for it. Okay, just a quick flashback for what we learned. Number 1 exercise was to think in single words. Number 2 was to describe the unknown words. Number 3 was to think in sentences. Number 4 was to describe your day. Number 5, think in conversation. Number 6, take notes. And number 7, practice it daily. I hope this lesson was helpful. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel, like, comment and share the video. Show thumbs up if you like the video. Till the next video, take good care of yourself. Press the bell icon for notifications and stay updated. Bye bye.